I'm not going to be able to get this paperwork if I don't be able to walk and go get it, go home and print it out myself, because I have none but 8 children. I am a freeborn sovereign. I do not need to be detained or retained. I am not subject to any entity or am I entity.
All right, let's call the case.
Calling case 2400390201. The people of the state of Michigan versus Tanea Nicole Tubbs. This matter is scheduled today for a pre-trial. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Elena Rozak on behalf of the people, P78815.
Good morning, Judge Deanne Patillo, P82378 on behalf of Ms. Tanea Tubbs.
Ms. Tubbs, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please? Ms. Tubbs, if you can state your name for the record, please.
Grand Rising. I asked the Holy Spirit to come in here and touch this courtroom today, and I welcome the Holy Spirit. I am Tanea Nicole Tubbs, the beneficiary.
Okay, and Ms. Patilla is being appointed as your standby counsel, Ms. Tubbs, all right?
No, sir, I did not ask for that, but if I'm being forced, then I'm being forced in direct coercion.
All right. Well, I'm not forcing you, but she's going to help in case you need anything. You don't ever have to use her, but if you want any questions on anything, she's there to help you, okay? You're gonna represent yourself, but if you have any questions, you can ask her, all right?
I hear you, sir.
All right. Do we have a jury trial date on this? We'll set this is set for jury trial on March 17th at 9 a.m. Ms. Tubbs, did you want to discuss settlement with the prosecutor, or do you just want to go ahead to jury trial?
I wanted to ask the prosecutor a few things, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Your Honor, I would, one of the things I think that we put on the record last week when we were trying to establish whether Ms. Tubbs was going to represent herself, if we were going to relieve the prior defense counsel of his obligations and then also get standby counsel. And I think that today was more of an update just to make sure everything was in order, but knowing that the trial
And I have ruled that she can represent herself, haven't I?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And that's why the other counsel was relieved and
Right, okay.
Ms. Patillo was put on as standby.
All right.
With that, I think that we had mentioned the possibility of having Ms. Tubbs be brought over here so that we can have discussions. Ms. Patillo is standby. I feel comfortable speaking to Ms. Tubbs as long as there's somebody else there. Even if they're not fully representing her, at least there's a third person. And I wouldn't mind speaking to her in person, but I think it's going to be easier if she's here, and I don't necessarily want her to say something on Zoom in open court that might affect her case when she's representing herself.
All right. We can do this one of two ways. Either can put all of you in a breakout room and let the three of you discuss things, or we can bring her here.
I would ask Ms. Tubbs what she would like to do.
Ms. Tubbs, what do you want to do? Do you want to go into a breakout room with the standby counsel and your and the prosecutor, or would you like to come here physically to talk with them?
I can do standby counsel. I mean, I can do not standby counsel, but I can talk to them in the break room, since she's afraid of what I have to say, so the public would not hear.
So if I could interject, I apologize, Your Honor. Would I be able to, well, if Ms. Tubbs allows, would I be able to speak to her before she speaks to the
I don't allow.
That's an excellent idea. Ms. Tubbs, would you be willing to speak privately with Ms. Patella?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Patel, I don't think I can order her to do that. So, Ms. Tubbs, as I told you before, we got taught the first day of law school, he or she who represents themselves as a fool for a client. I would strongly recommend that you talk to Ms. Patella, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. What would you like to do with that?
With all due respect, sir, I am not working alone. I work with the Holy Spirit, so only a fool would think that the Holy Spirit ain't helping me. Not being
Oh.
smart.
All right, and I'm not being smart with you either. I'm telling you what they told us in law school, all right?
That's understandable.
All right, that's fine, Ms. Tubbs. So she apparently, will you be willing to have Ms. Patella in the room with you and the prosecutor?
Sir, I do not need her. Thank you. I'm not willing to.
All right,
I want somebody.
Yeah.
Regardless
so the
of who it
prosecutor
is.
says she does not feel comfortable talking directly with you without somebody else in the room. So
So you're
You tell
forcing
me.
me, you're forcing
I'm
me to
not
have,
forcing you to do anything. You know, you don't have to talk to me. We can just go ahead and have a jury trial. That's fine with me. So what the prosecutor is saying is if she wants to talk alone with you, that there has to be somebody else in the courtroom or in the room. So you tell
she
me.
can have
what you
her
want.
in the courtroom, but not on my behalf. It could be on her behalf since she's fearing what I have to say alone. I'm
All
not
right,
understanding
then
why.
put the three of you in a breakout room to discuss things.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Do you agree to that, Ms. Tubb?
I agree to speak with her with
Okay.
the third party on her side.
All right. And counsel, how long do you think we should put you in the breakout room for?
10 minutes to be safe.
10 minutes, and then you can have more time if you need it, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
thank you.
I'll take 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put you in 10. You can always stop early, okay?
Thank you.
Is there anything else we need to take care of before we send you into the room with Ms. Tubbs? Is there any other matters that are ready? Madam Clerk?
Yes, we could take care of Mr. Kehoe.
Well, you know what?
Here this morning.
You know what? It's too complicated. Let's let them do this.
Okay.
Can you come into the breakout
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the conference room and log into Zoom.
okay, all right.
Oh, I pray we wake up.
Let's see, let's go back on the record with regard to Miss Tubbs' case. All right, let's call Miss Tubbs' case, please.
Calling case 2400390201. The people of the state of Michigan versus Tania Nicole Tubbs. This matter is scheduled today for a pretrial. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Elena Rozak on behalf of the people, P78815.
And good morning, Judge Deanne Patillo, PA2378, stand-in counsel for Miss Tania Tubbs.
All right, Miss Tubbs, if you can unmute and state your name for the record, please. All right, you can speak now. I think it's
You can hear
unmuted,
me?
ma'am.
You
Yep,
can hear
I can
me?
hear you. Yep.
For the record, I am Tania Nicole Tubbs, the beneficiary of the account.
All right, Ms. Tubbs, you have a constitutional right to be physically present for this hearing. Do you agree to waive that right for today and hold this hearing by Zoom?
Correct.
Okay, all right, where are we at on Ms. Tubbs' case, Madam Prosecutor?
Your Honor, I did get some information from Ms. Tubbs and I did look up I know that the defendant is in Calhoun County Jail right now and that she has a sentencing date of March 24th, 2025. When is our trial date? The 17th?
17.
I'm guessing that Calhoun County would let her come here pending their sentence, since we have a trial date. I don't know how that all works because their case is a 2022 case, so it's definitely older. But either way, that's a problem for somebody else, I suppose. I think that Miss Tubbs needs to be brought over here and maybe we should have a pretrial before the trial once Miss Tubbs is here, where we're all in person. And Miss Tubbs can bring whatever documentation that she wishes to provide at that point. That way we all have it. And we're all on the same page because some of the things that she's referring to, I do not have. And I would say that we're likely going to have to proceed to trial.
All right. when are you proposing that we have this, bring her over beforehand? Obviously, the closer to the date for the court's purposes, the better, because we don't have to retain her as long from Calhoun. But if you think it would help to bring her earlier, we can do that too.
I think that approximately 2 weeks before, so that puts us in the March 3rd area. Sometime at the end of the week before or early the week of March 3rd.
I'm available the 6th, if that works for the court prosecutor and Ms. Tubbs.
All right, why don't we schedule this to have her brought over here for March the 6th, and we'll have the hearing at 11:30. Is that time okay for you, Attorney Patella?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll set this for March 6th at 11:30. Hey, May, can you send a writ to have her brought from Calhoun County here?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, go right ahead, man, Ms. Tubbs.
I am looking forward to being out of here before then. And, it is my duty to come there on my own as a freeborn sovereign, to this. I do not need to be detained or retained. I am not an entity or subject to any entity. And I gave this paperwork to the 36th district, and I'm not gonna be able to get this paperwork if I don't be able to walk and go get it, go home and print it out myself, because I have number 8 children. I am by myself. I don't have support. I just have myself and my 8 children, which my oldest just went to prison, so he's not able to help me any longer.
All right, well, we'll see you on March 6th at 11:30. You have a nice day, ma'am, okay?
So there is no holds on me, correct?
Well, you're gonna be in the jail here, Wayne County Jail.
What I'm telling you is that I'm gonna be released from here either today, tomorrow, and I do not need any holds to come to another jail. I am a freeborn sovereign. I do not need to be detained or retained. I am not subject to any entity or am I entity. I am a
All right,
living being.
all right, you have a nice day, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll see you all on the 6th. Have a good day.
All right, you
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
Do we have a whole week planned for this one? We set aside a week?
Is it a week?
I don't know. But I'm thinking it might actually take a week, where we'll see.
All right, that's
So March 6th is at 11:30. Okay.